Welcome to the Mike and You podcast. This is your boy, Mike A16 on Twitter. Hit me up. I'm with my main man.
I am UNKC. What it do, folks?
We got a jam-packed show for you. I got some questions for you. But let's go ahead and hit up the voicemail. Then after the voicemail and texts, your rebuttal to them. And then I got some questions for you.
Man, he jumping right into the meat of things because I guess he got a lot to ask me. It's weird. But it's been one interesting week in the NFL for real. So let's get into the voicemails and text messages and all that. Because like we said last episode, your voicemails and texts are more important than anything else because you are the person that drives the show. Let's go.
So Mike and you, this is the R here. After that great Sunday night victory that we handed Los Angeles Chargers, yeah, we're back in this thing. We're back. Denver Broncos, they laid a whooping on Tennessee. Kansas City, they'll get back in. They dropped 2 straight. Whatever. They're still going to win the AFC West. Dallas laid an egg against the Jets. Bums. Jason Garrett needs fired. Jacksonville, they are who he thought they were. They turn around I see why they wasn't allowing Jalen Ramsey's ass to play, because they was using him as draft capital to send him out to Los Angeles. No wonder we ain't seen him play in 3 weeks. They was using it as bait to get his ass out to Los Angeles to get some picks. And it worked out for them. And they sent that bum to the Ratbirds. Marcus Peters, he's total trash. Steelers, we're on a bye this week. We're going to take care of business next week. And I'm going to just tell you this. You tell Cluck the Duck and Jabba the Hutt, the Steelers are back. The Broncos are going to get their candy asses whooped on Thursday night. You heard it here first. This is the R. I'm out. Peace to you both. Great win for all the other teams that laid the wood on Sunday.
Yo. This Sluts Love Duck. Hey, just want to say, the Chiefs, they showing how they really are as a team and as a whole organization. I don't know why people just keep riding. It's 2 losses, cool, but that's how they really play. They ain't lost with some bums. Broncos are still, they won 2 games in a week. Not really impressive to me. They still need to get rid of the quarterback. What else? I think football is now, it's in that up and up era, time to where this is where it's crunch time for our teams. Minnesota's trash. It's like the Chargers trash. Steelers trash. But everybody just has to come together as a team and as a unit and play, and that's what most teams start doing. Even losing teams, they start doing this, but they got to keep the momentum. And that's all. I don't see New England winning another Super Bowl this year at all. I don't care. Usually when teams are doing this good, they really be the ones that don't win the Super Bowl. And New England's not gonna win it this year. I really can't say who's gonna win it. Maybe by week 10 or something, I can see what's going on. Alright, I might have some more later, but that's all for right now.
What's up, gentlemen, on the Mike and You podcast? Bob C., the Packer fan, calling in. Mike gave me a list of questions. I don't know if I could throw these all in 2 minutes, but here we go. First of all, the Packers and the Lions games. Read stuff all over social media, news, Yahoo, blah, 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 blah. The Packers got this call. The Packers got that call. Bottom line in the game is, have the right number of players on the field for the field goal, you win the game. NFC North, definitely the strongest division in football. I believe there could be 3 teams come out of that division and make the NFC playoffs. Definitely going to be the Packers. Pretty sure the Vikings and the Bears may sneak in. What's up with the Kansas City Chiefs? First of all, if the offensive line can't block any better than they are now, Mahomes Fry will not make it through the end of the season. Look for the upset tonight. Denver in a low-scoring game over the Chiefs. Their running game, the Broncos' running game, just too freaking strong, and the Chiefs can't tackle. Last question on my way out. Who's my favorite NFL player of all time? This is definitely not based on performance, but the person I'd like to see the most, got to be Broadway Joe, Willie Namath. White shoes, fur coats, he started it all. I'm out. See ya.
What's up? This is some bull. Twitter handle at Mike1, #1 Pats Nation. And I'm just calling in not to rag on anybody's sorry-ass Chiefs team. We already know how that's going to go. But just to say hello to the only 2 undefeated motherfucking teams in the NFL, which happen to be Patriots people. Garoppolo and Brady, undefeated. Who would have thought? So, I want to send my shout-out to my niggas, which I like to say cluck the duck, but my niggas still got the sluts. So his team won, so I'm just going out for them. Everybody else could just suck a dick. But it's all good. We still undefeated. Cause y'all can keep that MVP, Mahomes, nigga, cause we got 6 rings, nigga, going for 7. All right.
Morning, man. This is Marshall. Just calling to get my take, man, on the Chiefs this week. Like I said last week, I told y'all the Chiefs is horrible. Obviously, I'm exaggerating. They're a good team, but mediocre little to go to the best. My biggest issue, man, is just Andy Reid, man. I think he's become a fan of Patrick Mahomes. He's no longer a coach. He's fallen in love with his arm because obviously passing the ball 55, 60 yards is sexier than running the ball. I think it's ridiculous that LeSean McCoy is only getting 6 or 7 carries a game at most. He should be getting at least 15, and maybe Daniel Williams should get 10. You're up 17-3, man. Time of possession, that's one of my biggest issues. A lot of people don't look at it every week. Once again, the Chiefs had the ball for only 21 minutes, I think, this game, like 49 seconds. And then, Texas had the ball for almost 39 minutes. I mean, how do you expect your defense to get stopped? I understand that they don't have the greatest defense, but you got to keep the defense off the field. Those 3 and outs hurt, especially when they tired. Man. But Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, man, this one's on you once again. Just like I said in the playoffs, man. Your team produced 3 turnovers when you're supposed to win. But definitely a lot of room for improvement. I don't know if any trades are going to happen this week, but we'll see. Might call back at the end to give y'all my MVP of the week. Alright. Bye. Good morning, gentlemen. I'm back. It's Marshall. Man, just calling to give an update this week, man. First, we got to give credit where credit due to Houston, Texas, man. Deshaun Watson led them to a victory over the Chiefs. I'm a Chiefs fan, born and raised in KC. But you got to give credit where credit due, man. Deshaun Watson, 30 of 42. We traded Carlos Hyde, which I still think we should have done. But that's what happens when you run the ball 26 times for 116 yards, 4.5 yards a carry. And then DeAndre Hopkins only had 55 yards on 9 receptions, man. So, first of all, man, I think the biggest thing to blame is Andy Reid and Mahomes, man. I think Andy Reid has fallen in love with Mahomes as a fan and is no longer a coach. And so when you love somebody, man, you must love them enough to tell them the truth. And so I think we rely too much on Patrick Mahomes. I said it before. If you look at him, he's 19 of 35. That's very inefficient for only, 275 yards. LeSean McCoy, man, had 44 yards on the ground on only 8 carries. I mean, nobody in the room would say that Carlos Hyde is a better running back than McCoy, but that's what happens when you run the ball 26 times And then also, man, you got to give credit to our defense. We was up 17-3. Our defense produced 3 turnovers, man, when you're supposed to win that game. You look at time of possession, the Houston Texans had the ball for almost 39 minutes, while our offense only had it for 21 minutes. That's what happens when you don't run the ball. The defense gets tired, and they can't get stopped. So I think our defense is over-criticized, even though we don't have a good pass rush. I think it'd be fair to say that some of these free agent signings besides Matthew might have been overpaid. And so I guess the question is, if we're not utilizing him at his most productive position, then maybe it wasn't a good idea to bring Frank Clark around. I definitely think we could say that Justin Houston would have been a cheaper hometown favorite and would have put more pressure on the quarterback. But also, man, at this point, I think you can say that Deshaun Watson, man, is definitely in the top 3 race for MVP. And I would actually say at this point in his career, I think he's a better quarterback with Patrick Mahomes. And the reason I say that, listen before you criticize this. One, if you think about the offensive talent that Patrick Mahomes has been blessed with, the mentorship of Alex Smith, I think that accelerated his career exponentially more than we realized. And then also having Andy Reid. If you look at what Deshaun Watson doesn't have, yes, he has DeAndre Hopkins, but we have Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, we had Kareem Hunt, and so now you look at what Deshaun Watson's done over his career. I think it's safe to say at this point in his career, he's actually a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. Is Patrick Mahomes' throwing motion is probably more sexy and more attractive? People like the way he throws it. Probably so. But at the end of the day, I don't think you could be wrong if you took Deshaun Watson for your friend.
These calls was brought to you by the Mike and You podcast. 816-654-6883. And also, these calls was for week 6. We record on Friday morning, so get your calls in by Wednesday so the intern can do their job.
Even Thursday, I think he's cool with, or they're cool with.
Do we got a text message?
We do.
The text message line is also 816-654-6883.
Okay, so the game yesterday, it was a good game. I like what I saw from the defense. They stepped up a lot from last week with interceptions and fumbles. Where I come from, when defense creates turnovers, offense has to score. If they score, we win the game, plain and simple. Offense needs to step up. Tyreek was the only one that came to play. They need to feed off of him and quit complaining if the refs throw the flags. Next play, score a touchdown. Houston was worried about scoring. They ran the ball and used the clock because we wasn't scoring the whole fourth quarter. We had a chance but didn't take advantage. But don't blame the coach. I blame the offense for not being hungry enough. Hungry enough to fight harder, but they are a good team. And Deshaun Watson handled business. We will see him in the playoffs for sure. My name Redmond. Go Chiefs.
All right. Let me ask you something.
What's that?
Let's start off with Duck.
Yeah, what's up?
His phone calls.
Yeah.
So what you got?
He's right about the crunch time thing. We are now past the we're now past the Patriots preseason, which is the first 4 games anyway, right?
6.
Well, we're past 7. That too, but I consider it 4, at least the first 4. We're past that preseason, so we're week 6. You only got 10 games left, man. You start seeing the cream rise to the top, and that's a
but he said the
Macho Man reference.
He said the Patriots it's not gonna make the Super Bowl.
I agree with that.
They not?
I don't see it, man. Brady don't look the same,
but the defense does.
But Brady doesn't look the same.
He just do minimum.
We haven't seen.
He's being Trent Dilfer right now.
We haven't seen.
He don't have to have huge games no more.
That's true, no doubt. But
Belichick
we haven't seen
game by game.
He does, but I still don't see it.
You know it ain't the Broncos.
That's what we know it ain't gonna be. Shoot, I think Von Miller might be out of there. He might end up being a Patriot. Who knows?
Marshall,
Marshall.
And he said that Andrew Walter Reed is falling in love with Patrick Mahomes' arm.
Absolutely. I believe that he became a fan. Like I do believe Andrew Reid became not a fan in the sense of I want to watch Patrick Mahomes. In the sense of where our deficiencies are, we can have Pat take care of that. Last year that worked because Pat was so good. Nobody knew what to do with him. This year, everybody got something for him, and the coach showed them the blueprint. Slow everything down, run the ball. Not like your defense don't stop us anyway. And shoot, it's been working. That's why we are 4 that's why we lost 2 games.
At that particular time.
At that time,
it's
yes.
still 2 games now, but this is all week 6 talk right now.
Right.
Bob C., the Packer fan, thinking 3 NFC North. Well, hold on, that's one of my questions I gotta ask you.
Okay.
But he still said 3 NFC North.
We'll talk about that later.
Also, the O-line with the Chiefs. Not last week's game, but week 6. Everything before week 6.
I am starting to believe that. I think Andy Reid got a lot on his plate. Obviously, having Mahomes helps, but when you draft 6th rounders, 7th rounders, 5th rounders as linemen, and then you try to make them into starting linemen, I think that ends up being a lot on your plate. That's like me raising Xander and then bringing somebody else's kid, trying to raise them, or me having another kid. Somebody's going to suffer it. I mean, they're not going to
suffer.
I wouldn't say they suffer.
Xander going to feel less
well, the thing about
effect of the parents.
Xander won't be able to get that one-on-one training as much as he would
with both parents.
With another kid there, as I would have given him if it was just him. That's what it is with the single kid. I mean, with the one kid. So I just think Andy Reid got too much on his plate, working with all the quarterbacks. And I know he's letting his coaches do their job, but I think he needs to be more hands-on with more than just Mahomes. We talked about that.
I don't know where I was about to go.
I don't think he needs. Well, now he does. I mean, because it had hit DEFCON whatever.
We'll talk about that later. We got 2 more. The Aura, happy talking trash because they won.
Talking trash. I don't know if we're there yet, bro. I just don't. I don't know if we're there yet, but it's encouraging to see that they're finally winning some games. It really is. I just don't know if we're there.
Remember he was
talking yet.
Remember he called this
we lost.
Duck, Pluck the Duck.
Yeah.
And his new quarterback nickname is what? Duck.
Is it?
Yeah, the practice squad quarterback. He got a real name, but they call him Duck Hodges or Hedges, whatever his name is.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
because he's an avid duck hunter, and he make duck sounds.
Well.
Last one, Mike the Mike
one.
Yeah.
Or
Mr. Patriot himself.
Patriot. Where do y'all even come from, man? Where do Patriots fans even come from? They ain't coming from New England.
Why? Because he black?
I wasn't gonna go there, but
you was going there.
I wasn't gonna go there, but anyway.
Yeah, Jimmy G's undefeated. Hey, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Before I start the real question that I have to ask you.
Yeah.
Since the Niners is mostly healthy, especially Jimmy G, did you see this coming from Kyle Shanahan though?
Yes. I think if you listen to seasons before this, our day one listeners, I think you know that
Tuesday Timeout podcast.
Oh wow, dang! When we were
on SoundCloud,
when Kyle Shanahan left Atlanta. By the by, I heard that wasn't probably not. No, that was the Redskins. I mean, that was Washington. So anyway, when Kyle Shanahan left the Falcons, so we all knew that everything would go down. They've been cycling offensive coordinators in and out of there. Sarkisian, I think.
But your boy Matty Ice is still throwing up some good numbers, but they've been losing.
Yeah, I mean, as I think Chiefs fans are starting to realize, quarterbacks ain't it. I mean, we've been harping on getting a quarterback because we never had one.
Now you got one.
And now it's like, oh, Mahomes can do it. Mahomes can do it. Mahomes and Reed can do it. It's about
takes
the.
more.
It's not a.
It's
don't
not
even have to be-
basketball or baseball where
It
one
don't
person
have to be
dominates.
about all 53 of them. It don't even have to be about all 11. But you got to build a more complete team
It has
in order
to
to
be
be
like 7.
at least. You have to build a more complete team in order to compete
And I always
year after year.
and I always say this, and we're gonna move on to the questions. We're gonna keep moving, but I gotta say this, and you heard me say this: the Patriots always have a top 15 personnel in each position.
Each position?
Quarterback, Tom Brady still top 15.
I mean, you don't have to explain
Sonny
that.
Michelle.
Okay, 15.
the offensive line.
15 is a lot. So,
Well,
yeah, I agree.
but
I
most
don't
of them-
disagree.
But most of them is on the 13 to 15 fringe, but they top 15.
No, linebackers.
No, I'm just saying most of the players
Okay. All right.
is
I can,
number 13, 14, or 15 on that list,
I can
but
get with that.
they all in the top 15.
I can get with that.
All right, let me ask you this. First question. You ready? Then this pertains to week 6, people.
Let's go with it.
Baltimore traded for Marcus Peters. Is this shocking? Now, does this make Baltimore the favorites to win the AFC North?
I think Baltimore realized Earl Thomas just wasn't the only one back there. It wasn't going to be that
Only guy that
take
covers
everything away. So, yeah, they had to go get help. And I don't know if the Steelers are back or not, but
I'm talking about. We both predicted the Browns' first 6 games could be like it was. They can win 5-1. They could have went 3-3, or they could have went 2-4.
very easily.
So
I think that they see a window that they can get in there, that they could act. They believe they could win the AFC North, and I think they can too. And so they went and solidified the backfield, the defensive backfield. That's a good point.
And I think that the Browns, on this instance, I think they had all their tough games out the way right now, or whatever.
It was, yeah. I see a cruising state for them. We just got to see
If they gel together.
But the issue is they can't cruise because they lost so much.
Yeah.
So you got to make up time.
So next question I got. And by the way, you can answer the questions if you like 816-654-6883. The Rams traded for Jalen Ramsey. Was the price a little high? Does this make the Rams be all in for this year?
The Rams are all in for every year. I like the LA thing. They're trying to make the LA thing, make sure it works. You know what I mean? They traded for Brandon Cooks. They upgraded. I mean, they paid Todd Gurley, all that stuff. But the price was a little steep. And I don't know. I don't think that they are even the team in their own division, honestly.
They with Niners and Seattle. Hey,
I really got Seattle over even the Niners, but we will see. So I ultimately I do think they overpaid, but in the AFC, Jalen Ramsey was going to go for more than that, so it's probably why they were able to pull the trigger.
Let me ask you this now.
What's your thoughts on it?
Jalen Ramsey?
Yeah.
The price was too high. So I don't know why Chiefs fans was crying, because they have to, with the contract Mahomes about to get, you're going to have to build your team through the draft. So 2 first rounders.
Let me ask you this. Do you trust Veach to do that? Because his draft picks have not been great. None of them.
My thing is,
Juan Thornhill, maybe a little bit, but he really hasn't been. We haven't had a first round draft pick since he's been the GM. And one of those round draft picks, I mean, let's be real.
But what I'm saying is, it depends on Mahomes' contract. You know what I mean? So that's why I think the price was definitely too high for Jalen Ramsey.
Just assume $200 million. Just assume
220.
Just assume it. Let's assume it.
You have to build through the draft.
I'm a little worried about that.
Jalen Ramsey, I think what they did was they're trying to push it this year. So before that money kicks in for golf deal.
Right. Because he got a deal, but it kicks in next year.
And are you really going to sign Jalen Ramsey back?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm just saying.
But the thing about because I haven't heard about an extension yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I was expecting to
top-
hear the trade and then the extension, which is normal because you spend so much draft capital.
2 first rounders.
If you
And
spend
some
that
more?
much draft capital, I'd expect you to to re-sign him. However, I'm gonna throw this out there: you go from a state that has no state income tax, Florida, to California, and I think their income tax is like 15%. It could be 13 or 12. I'm not sure. Yeah, Jalen Ramsey gonna tax him.
Also, I meant to ask you this: is Baltimore gonna extend Peters?
Extend him. I think they're gonna try to make a push this year for whatever for the playoffs, and I kind of think they got Peters to get Mahomes. Honestly, I don't know.
To get Mahomes? They got Lamar Jackson, the running back.
No, what I'm saying
I
is
know.
to pick off Mahomes.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know.
But I don't know. I have no idea. It depends on his play because they didn't spend as much as the Rams spent on Jalen Ramsey.
And for the record, that running back
They're not the
reference,
same caliber, so I understand.
the running back reference, I know he's a quarterback. Okay, question 3. Is Cam Newton on the trading block? Because Kyle Allen is 4-0. But if Cam Newton is on the trading block, if so, what's the perfect destination for him?
I think Cam can go anywhere. I think he can go anywhere that ain't North Carolina. Is it North Carolina?
Yeah, they in Charlotte, North
That's what I thought.
Carolina.
The Cam experiment in Carolina is over. I don't think he needs to re-sign there anyway. You went to one. It's like the Matt Ryan experience in Atlanta. I don't think that's over.
Should somebody trade for him, though?
Yeah, absolutely. Cam still got the skills. He just
Who's
need
the
to.
perfect destination?
I don't know.
I'll tell you one.
Hold on. Let me think about this. I don't know.
I'll tell you one.
Go shoot for it.
And I would do it right now. Belichick.
Oh God.
Brady's on his last leg.
Please, guys, can we?
No, seriously. Brady's on his last leg.
Guys.
You don't think he's a good fit in New England?
I don't know. I'll say the Bucks.
Tampa Bay?
Do it in division. It just came to my head. The Bucks. They need a quarterback. They need one.
Jameis ball except for the 5 interceptions.
Look, man. Jameis still makes horrible decisions, and that has not changed with Bruce Arians. It's just, unfortunately, do I think that's who he is? No, but that's what he does is make horrible decisions.
And I know another place.
An only horrible decision Cam really makes is his
Wardrobe.
clothing.
Wardrobe.
Yeah.
I know another place would make sense for him. Even though dude is balling a little bit, he ain't the answer. New Orleans.
Theodore Bridgewater.
He's doing all right.
Actually, I want Bridgewater for Kansas City after to be the backup to Mahomes. I really do. But
this was solidified.
Yes, especially in Drew Brees if he retires.
Yeah.
Because the retirement's coming. If it's not this year, it's next year.
And his throwing hand, I believe, that surgery happened.
It is.
So he might not be the same when he get back. You know what I mean?
It might take him a couple games to settle in.
So, is them the only places?
That's the only places I can think of. I mean, there's probably plenty more. I just can't think of them.
I want to say the Cowboys, but I got a Cowboys question for you later. The NFC North is
no one's bigger than the Star, brother. No one's bigger than the Star. And Cam would be. He would try to be at least.
He would be. His fashion statement would be. Especially in the Ranger country.
No one's bigger than the
NFC
Star.
North is balling. Are they the best division in football?
Right now, yes, absolutely. They are balling. Now, when we start seeing more division games, that's towards November, December, then we'll really see. But they are balling. I don't know what happened with the Vikings, but they had a heart-to-heart, players-only meeting, I guess. And
that Eagle dude, Zach Brown, called out our favorite cousin, then he got cut. Our favorite cousin lit him up. So Bob C said the Bears barely making it in.
I don't think they're making it. I just don't think they are.
I think Matt Nagy is a horrible coach now. I think he's a good offensive coordinator.
You know what I think on that. I think he should have stayed with Andy Reid.
Got more polish.
Experience. He should be here in Kansas City when Andy Reid retires. I believe that, but he's not going to be. And now we're starting to see he's a good play caller, he's a good play designer, but I don't think he's good at game situations as a head coach.
All right, Cowboys. What is their deal? They won 3 straight, then they lost 3 straight, right?
Yep. Schedule got harder.
If they lose Sunday night, should Jason Garrett be fired right after the game?
Who you gonna put in there? What's his face? The offensive coordinator that I mentioned last week that I can't remember his name now. Used to be Kellen Moore, I think his name is. Yeah, Kellen Moore. I don't know. I don't think Kellen Moore is.
Why you putting his whole name together like us?
Kellen Moore.
You kept saying
Kellen
fast.
Moore. I don't. Thank you for pointing that out. I don't think he's ready for the big time yet. And I know I mentioned him.
This is just an interim thing because you know he's gonna get somebody else.
Yeah, but who?
I'm just saying.
I'm interested to find out who he has.
Jason Garrett should have been fired 4 years ago.
5 maybe. But I guess Kellen Moore would have to be the interim, and I'm not really sure that'll work out for him either. But this separates the sheep from the goats here as far as paying Dak. It separates them, but the issue is Dak needs consistency, I believe. Even though he's losing right now, I think he needs consistency at the quarterback.
Now, back to Cam. Would he be a good fit for the Cowboys?
No, no.
He wouldn't?
No. Cam is too big of a personality
for Jerry Jones to deal with.
Yes. Even though we look at Troy Aikman now. Troy Aikman, no one's bigger than the star, man. No one's bigger than the star. That's the reason they got rid of T.O. No one's bigger than the star. Hold on. T.O. was down there, right?
Yeah, they didn't want to pay T.O.
No one's bigger than the star, man. No one's bigger than the star. I will reiterate that to the day I die. Emmitt Smith wasn't even bigger than the star. They shipped him out to Arizona.
Yeah, because they didn't want to pay him. They just don't want to pay people.
Please. You always say Jerry will pay him. But for some reason, he don't want to pay. You're not bigger than the star. And the star takes care of their own.
Jerry's a smart businessman. He do what the rest of the GM do. We got to pay you that much and you that old? Nah, player. But anyway.
You know Emmitt Smith, though. He'll stay. He'll hold out. He did one other time.
All right. Question number 6. You ready?
Yeah.
This is a controversial one. Kind of.
Uh-oh. What does it have to do with Kaepernick?
No.
Oh.
Fill in the blank.
Uh-oh.
The NFL refs this season has been...
The NFL reffing has been...
Give us a call, 816-654-6883. The question is, fill in the blank. The NFL refs this season has been...
I need you to answer this because I got a word.
Me to answer this?
Yes.
They've been great.
Okay.
They're inconsistent. That's what they really are. They need to have a clinic. And what I mean by clinic...
They got a whole school.
I know, but they still need to get in more training hours.
No, I don't... I think they've been much maligned, but I don't think it's their fault. It's not their fault. I think it's the NFL's fault.
When they keep iterating rules.
You keep bringing up rules every year. They have to learn new rules every single year. And then those rules that are put in place aren't clear cut. And we see that every time somebody puts a play on the field, and then we have to spend 15, 20 minutes trying to interpret the answer.
Like last night game, I thought that was a pass interference on 20, Deron Cherry. I know that's not Deron Cherry, but
I'm trying to think of who 20 is now.
Claiborne.
Oh, more. He's a little rusty. But go ahead.
But for the real Chiefs fans out there, they know who I was talking about when I said Deron Trey. They knew the number 20.
Some of y'all probably bought a car from that brother.
Yeah, on Paseo and Independence Avenue.
Yep.
I thought it was pass interference. They picked up the flag, though. They said no. Because I thought it was pass interference whether it was anybody.
Mo got some rust in that golf.
But, like you said, the NFL keep adding rules. It's not clear cut what the rule is.
Your kids know what you want because they know who you are, right?
Yeah.
You keep adding rules because if they keep performing based on what they know about you and they do well, I mean, then you ain't got no problems. But if you keep changing and adding rules just for the sake of adding rules, saying that you're trying to make the game better, it muddies up the water and then the kids can't do right. I'm not calling the NFL players kids. I am not. I'm just trying to make a parallel here so you can see what I'm saying. If you don't think my parallel hits, let me know. 816-654-6883.
All right, number 7. This is the last question I think I have for you right now on the question segment. Is the Chiefs fans overreacting about the loss to Houston last Sunday?
It's okay.
I heard some fans want Kelsey traded for defensive players. I heard some want Spags to be fired after 6 games. I even heard some jump on the Mike last year bandwagon of firing one Andrew Walter Reed. And we all know he won't be fired. He's the second best coach in the league.
I believe every one of those, almost everyone, 2 of those for real, are.
Whoa.
2 of those are.
Crazy fans?
Not crazy fans. I think that
delusional.
They're not even delusional. I think it's
which one?
I think it's
Chelsea. Okay, first let's go to the first one. Is the Chiefs fans overreacting about the Houston loss last Sunday?
No, they shouldn't have lost to him. And Andy Reid got out coached by your boy.
That's not my boy.
Your boy, Bill O'Brien. And all they really did was just keep Mahomes off the field.
They kept
Mahomes off the field and they capitalized on Andy Reid's not so good play calling.
Okay. I heard some fans want Kelsey traded for defensive players. I did see that. So I saw that in tweets and stuff.
That's crazy.
Your take.
That's absolutely nuts. I mean, Kelsey has he had a 100-yard game this season? I don't think so. Even if he did, it's probably one.
Maybe it's the drops he's been doing.
But he's still
producer.
He's not the best receiver on your team. He's like the second best, but he's the most polished. No, definitely not. And you're not about to sit here and use that money or that whatever draft capital on no more defensive players. You just paid $100 million to Frank Clark. You just paid a lot of money to the Honey Badger. Y'all better show up. Second round draft pick Juan Thornhill. Nah, y'all better show up. I do think Veach is wrong for doing all this, but hey, give these players some time. This is a new system. I gave them till I think I told you I gave them till the end of October. I don't like that I've given them this, but we're halfway through now.
So basically, we already into the. I heard I want Spags to be fired after 6 games.
That's messed up.
I'm talking about. I seen these tweets.
That's messed up. Second, I mean,
it's his first year.
It's understandable. This is completely understandable. How do you not get a sack on Deshaun Watson, who's been sacked
the most at that time?
I think over 72, 60-some times. How do you not get a sack? So I understand where they're coming from. It's just an overreaction. Okay. And believe me, I wasn't happy with that loss either.
Last week you brought up the mention of. I'm surprised I haven't heard you say you want Andrew Walter Reed fired yet.
Why would you want me to say? Oh
no, I'm talking about that's you said that to me. You surprised that I didn't
yeah.
Because last year I was
all for it.
And the year before, I was all for it as well. But I actually saw some Chiefs fans want Andrew Walter Reed fired.
As a head coach, everything falls on you. No one's going to put it. Some people put it on defensive coordinator. But at the end of the day.
You still the boss of the defensive coordinator.
Exactly. At the end of the day, the buck stops with you. And it's more than just saying, oh, this is on me, guys, at the press conference. It's more than that because Reed is quick to say, oh, this one's on me.
And that's what drove me crazy about him. Like,
I understand. It drove me crazy.
That's why I always said he should be fired. He always take the blame.
The first time.
Sometimes you got to say, we got to play better. And it starts with me, but it trickles down to the players as well.
The first time he said it, and the Texans lost, and I listened to the post-game press conference, I was very hot. I was hot. Like, that's on me. No, it's on you. This is your fault. You need to pick it up. And that's another thing. I'm wondering, again, I've said this to you before, who's holding Andy Reid accountable? You can't just keep coming out here week after week after week, which at that time we're two in a row lost. You can't just come in here and keep saying it's my fault, it's my fault, it's my fault. You know? I don't know if you whoop your kids, but don't answer that. You probably don't. But if your kids keep doing the same, if your kids keep stealing your change out of your wallet, I mean, let's say they're going to buy whatever they want, not drugs, just good stuff, and you tell them to stop. At some point, and then they say, I'm sorry, the sorries ain't going to cut it anymore. Sorries ain't cutting it anymore. You know what? I'm going to stop making parallels because they're all about kids. I'm gonna stop making examples.
All right, I'm in a dilemma right now. I don't know if you want to do recap because I want to kind of go to last night.
Let's go to last night, man, because I think everybody knows what's going on. You wanted to ask those questions. I think those are great questions. Appreciate that. You want to answer any of those questions? 816-654-6883. If you want to sponsor the text line, the phone line, hit us up. Hit the intern up. 816-654-6883. We will shout you out every time we even mention this. We will make sure.
Shout you out every second.
We will make sure. Not every second. We will make sure. So get your thing. Shoot, big T's. I don't care.
Okay, so last night the Chiefs won 30-6, right?
Yes.
So
the Chiefs beat the Denver Broncos 30-6.
Before we start with the major news,
what's up
about the game?
I
want to talk to you about the second news of the game first.
What's that?
The second news is the defense. They had like 9 sacks,
something like that,
200 some yards getting up. The Mike's not impressed.
Okay,
like don't get me wrong, I'm not hating. It was a good win. It was a good showing for them. For that offense, but that type of offense, you're supposed to dominate like that. And this could be the confidence, even though I'm not impressed with this victory of the defense for that performance, this could be the confidence that they need going forward. So this could be a confidence booster for them. And I want to see them against a better offense than this one. They did what they're supposed to do on this one. And we all know if you stop Philip Lindsay, you got the Broncos figured out because Flacco is not that guy.
Okay.
Emmanuel Sanders lost a step. He's still good, but he's lost a step.
Okay.
The other dude, he's good, but he's young. The offensive line was horrible last night. And I give credit to the Chiefs defense. They did what they're supposed to do. Spags brought that heat. Dang near every play the first quarter.
Okay.
So, am I tripping?
No. I
can ask you these because even though you're a diehard Chiefs fan, you still got that. Okay, even though Mike's a Patriot guy, I know Mike is not trying to hate on the Chiefs.
I mean, they are your second favorite team, so only time you really go up against them is when they
play the Patriots.
Yep. But anyway, you're supposed to dominate. I think it's about time. Hitchens showed up. He got a sack, although, like you said, Spags brought the heat.
Dang near every play.
He brought pressure from everybody. Hitchens don't normally rush the passer. Hitchens normally in coverage. Or trying to stop the run. Philip Lindsay and Royce, his last name Royce, I think it's Royce. Royce Freeman, maybe? I can't remember if it's Royce Freeman or something Royce. Anyway, I thought they were going to like try to run this ball. But Frank Clark and them yellow gloves and his soccer gloves, and everybody on that defense, they stepped up. And because Philip Lindsay is no scrub. Okay? Philip Lindsay is no scrub.
He's not.
And he's a good runner. And Joe Flacco is the king. He is. Stop calling Alex Smith Mr. Check. You know what? I don't think Flacco can't even check down like that for real.
Alex would have got rid of him.
I'm trying to figure out what they saw in Joe Flacco that they wanted.
The name.
You should have kept what's his face? Case Keenum.
They should have.
You just paid him too much. That's the issue. But anyway.
BJ Kilshaw, right quick.
Go ahead.
The Chiefs defense tonight, 6 points allowed, 205 total yards allowed, 9 sacks, 71 yards rushing, which is 3.4 yards per carry. Forced Broncos to 1-13 on third down. Shut the Broncos in the last 54 minutes and 6 seconds. Statement made? Not to me. No, he didn't say not to me. I just said me. The mic said not to me.
No, the statement wasn't made. They're literally.
Now, if you do that to Green Bay this Sunday night, statement's made.
Right, I agree with that. They are a decent quarterback away from the Chargers. That's it. Because they got the same record, I think. 1-5?
I think the Chargers got 2 wins.
2 wins, okay.
Rockets got 2 wins.
Do they?
They won 2 in a row going into this game.
You sure right. But anyway,
so yeah, they got the same record.
Look, you got the same record against who everybody on NFL Network thought was going to challenge the Chiefs. Let's be real with ourselves. All they need is another middling quarterback, and then they would have been in the same conversation. They're battling for last place, is what I'm telling you.
Okay, let's go to this. The more important issue. Patrick Mahomes. Sad incident for me.
I'm going to tell you. We were watching the game at work, and I thought this game was going so well, which I expected because the Broncos. That happens with Andy Reid and the Broncos. More than the Chargers, more than the Raiders. This happens with the Broncos, especially with Mahomes.
I wish Mahomes was in the league about 5 years ago when Peyton was in Denver. There would have been some great classic games.
Big ones.
But anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. When it happened, I was livid. I completely tuned out of the game after that. Like I knew. Here's how I'm gonna say it. I was so mad because Andy Reid put him in that spot, and I know you have to win the game. You can't put kid gloves on Patrick Mahomes. I get it, but Patrick don't know how to slide, and you know that when he goes on runs, he's horrible at sliding. Although he's a baseball guy, which is weird. He's a competitor, and he's already on this ankle, and your lower half. Speaking from experience, knees ain't nothing to play with. All right. The knee was out of the joint. I was mortified, and I was upset that he even put that play out there.
Some people say,
but then Mahomes might have said, "I'll do this too." Knowing the kid's competitive streak, he might have volunteered that.
Some people said that even though a couple of people said they had it, their knee popped out, and some said sometimes it's popped back in place and you're fine.
For me, it ain't never fine because it stretches that ligament out to where it could be easier to pop out again.
Then somebody said,
"I've had it happen.
It can cause an ACL tear.
I've never had an ACL tear,
and it can cause other issues. So we praying for the best.
Best case scenario is 3 weeks, but
which they play. Who they play? Green Bay. They play Minnesota at home.
It's going to be a tough one.
And they play Tennessee on the road. I will keep them out to week 11 when they play the Chargers on a Monday night in Mexico. Then you got a bye week after that.
Look, I'm going to tell you this. I hate, you all know I'm not wishing injury on anybody. but this could be the best thing for Reed. Why do I say that? Because, like I said, I think Mahomes, he bought into Mahomes' magic. This is going to force him to be way more creative with play calling. Much more creative. And you got Matt Moore out here throwing balls to Tyreek Hill.
Got one for a touchdown.
I mean, I'm not going to. This is not it wasn't a shot at Alex Smith. I'm just saying.
It's a shot at Matt Moore, though.
It's just he got more creative with play calling.
Yeah.
He already was creative with Denver, though. Just think about it like that.
Here's the thing, like I said, we hate to see anybody get hurt on any team. And I know on this podcast, we never wish nobody to get hurt.
Yep.
Let me ask you this. I think it's a blessing in disguise. He can finally rest that ankle. Get that ankle taken care of as well.
And he didn't tear anything. Or partially tear. So from what we've heard recently, I'm waiting on the MRI and all that because apparently Mile High Stadium ain't got no MRI machine. What's up with that?
Not for the Chiefs. Not for visiting teams. Not for visiting teams. You're the division rival. But I hope that.
I do believe Pat is the ultimate competitor. I really do. Like, he don't want to be off the field.
I know, and I hope the staff and Andrew Walter Reed have some balls.
I hope.
Sorry for the language, even though that's not no bad language.
I'm like, what?
Make him sit out for 3 weeks.
I'm worried
because Mahomes, he gonna want to get back out there, and I don't want it to be another Kevin Durant type deal.
That's what
you know what I mean.
That's what I'm worried about with Rick Burkholder. I mean, with Jamal Charles, Justin Houston, Eric Berry, all these guys.
Here's the thing: Green Bay defense,
they're legit.
They're gonna hit them.
Legit.
Minnesota defense is gonna hit them.
Then Daniil Hunter down there. Yeah.
Tennessee got a horrible offense, but their defense is.
They'll get after you. They'll get after you. Let them rest. Let them rest. So Brittany,
do your massage
Mahomes' girlfriend. Hey, all that school you went to, help them out. Get it done.
All right, let's go to the Sunday game, which is my son's birthday, October 20th.
Happy birthday.
LA Rams at Atlanta. Atlanta might get a win, man.
You know what? Let's go with Atlanta because
they ain't got nothing to lose.
No, they don't. Well, except for Dan Quinn's job.
He should have already been fired. Lose to Arizona last week.
There you go.
Miami at Buffalo. Buffalo defense too good to lose to Miami at Buffalo.
Miami ain't dropping it. I mean, they ain't picking up this game. They ain't picking up nothing.
What took you so long to answer the question? Well, anyway,
Buffalo.
Jacksonville at Cincinnati. Cincinnati get their first win.
Really?
Yes.
Let's see.
You heard it here first.
They
don't win. My name is.
Who was it again?
Jacksonville at Cincinnati. Cincinnati been playing tough, but Jacksonville will back down to Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, they're just better.
Minnesota at Detroit. This will be a good game, right?
Minnesota at Detroit.
Detroit coming off their controversial loss to
I would love
Green
this.
Bay.
And they're in division.
And they're playing at home again.
I want to see Detroit take this one.
Well, Detroit was on the road last week, but
I'm gonna take Detroit in this one.
Oakland at Green Bay. The defense gonna hold. And can the Raiders offense?
I'm actually going with the Raiders. Weird,
you
but
think Josh Jacobs gonna run all over him?
I think the running game is what's gonna sustain him. Yeah.
All right, this should be a good game right here. A division rival game. Houston at the Colts. The last two teams that beat the Chiefs.
Right.
Both got good defense.
Both got decent running games.
Who you gonna take, Jacoby or
Deshaun? I'm really not even choosing between them.
Then you got Hopkins and T.Y.
I'm not worried about that either. I'm choosing between Frank Reich and your boy, William O'Brien. And I think I'm going to choose Frank Reich. So the Colts. That's why I'm choosing them.
My boy's back in this game coming up.
No, your boy.
Arizona
your boy.
And the Giants. My boy Sasquatch.
Saquon
Barkley is back.
He's back, yeah.
I got the Giants.
I think you done bought into.
I bought into Sasquatch. I wasn't sold on him in the beginning. Well, of his rookie year last year, and you know that.
Yep.
You were sold in him. I wasn't. I said I ain't saw that boy play one down. You give me all that credit. You put him in the top 5 of your running backs.
Daniel Jones, him and Daniel Jones. I think they can.
And Shepard.
Yeah, I think they can manufacture a win.
Just get that defense right.
Yeah, I think Pat needs to step up.
I don't know if Shepard's coming back, but in the future, Daniel Jones, Sasquatch,
Saquon,
Barkley, and Shepard could be a good running back, wide receiver. This game should be a blowout right here, but Washington played good defense. San Francisco at Washington, they fly to the East Coast.
49ers easily.
Now this game is one of them games you be like, I don't know who. LA Chargers at Tennessee Titans.
I don't know who I got at that one. I think I'm gonna choose I want to choose the Rams, but
The Chargers, you mean?
I mean the Chargers. I want to choose the Chargers, but
Hey, both LA teams on the road. But anyway, you think Tennessee got it?
I think I'm gonna Tennessee.
All right, this game is interesting. My boy, the second GOAT, because Mahomes is the first GOAT in training. New Orleans at Chicago. Is Trubisky back, I think.
I think so.
And New Orleans been playing lights out.
I don't
Great
know.
defense.
I don't know about
This is going to be a defensive battle game.
It's going to have to
slow. Slow.
Because New Orleans got some
ugly offense.
Some ugly offense. It's ugly, but it gets the job done. Yeah. So, but I'm choosing New Orleans because Sean Payton. I think it's going to be a coaching week this week, I think.
Baltimore at Seattle. Seattle going to expose Baltimore what they are. Frauds.
You've been saying that since week 2. You really have. And I don't disagree.
Thank you. That's a nice compliment.
Seattle.
All right, Sunday night game. Could be Jason Garrett's last game. Okay, I'm lying. Jerry Jones ain't got fired. Philadelphia at Dallas.
Let Philly blow them out. Let Philly go 45-10, 30-10.
He ain't even got to get on your plane to go home. He can just get in his car and go home, never come back.
28-10. I'm. Philly was my NFC pick of the year. I might be completely off on that, but let Philly go in there and whoop them up. He could be on the plane back or in an Uber back home. He could be.
This is gonna be a big game for Dak.
I got Philly by the bye.
This is gonna be a big game for Dak, and what I mean by that is he needs to show why he's worth that money. A division game at home, prime time.
Is he worth the money? Is really.
And you already turned down $30 million, like an idiot.
I still haven't heard the guarantee.
Monday night, 2 playoff perennial teams, 2 Super Bowl contender teams on Monday night. New England at the Jets. I had you going because you.
No.
Hey, y'all should saw his face. Listen. Listen.
Hold
on. Hold on.
Nothing happened.
Listen.
Once you said New England, I was done.
No, I'm talking about before I said New England. He don't have the list in front of him. I have the list. And I was hyping the game up. And he was really thinking about who
have we named? Who's on Monday night? I was just trying to figure out who have we named.
And as soon as I said New England, he gave me a look like, boy, if you don't shut the F up.
I'm there right now.
New England at the Jets. You know what? The might probably go to Hooters. Look at this. Eat all you can eat wings. It ain't every Monday night you get 2 Super Bowl contenders.
If you don't stop right now.
816-654-6883. You can tell us your picks or whatever.
Please.
Call us, whatever.
Take on the game, whatever. We'll take on what we said.
Again, one of the questions that you kind of wanted to know was fill in the blank. The NFL refs this season has been, finish the sentence for us. 816-654-6883.
I mean, that's all I got for this week.
Do I have no 2-minute drill?
No, sir. Oh, actually, 3 teams fighting for that number 1 draft pick. Washington, Dolphins, and Bengals. They all need
Miami gonna get it.
They all need quarterbacks. All of them.
So Jeff Rosen not the answer? Even though
Josh Rosen now.
Yeah, I keep saying Jeff.
Except for Washington. Washington's not, but I think they'll do what the Arizona Cardinals did. If
they gonna do what the Rams did.
Hold on. What?
Remember when the Rams had no one pick and somebody paid them all them picks for it?
You think somebody doing that?
If they need to waiver from Alabama. What's his name?
I was wondering what you were saying. Tua Tagovailoa.
That's him a name like the 2-man.
Okay. Anyway, the Deuce Man.
Until next time, be safe, be easy, and remember, Fat Meat is greasy.
Deuce Man.